Also, under my character's context, you should write down a.
Hey Mac,
Hey,
we're just playing
Hi, Mac.
Starforged.
how's everything?
Pretty good. All right, let me. So you said something to go back to the Oracle part again. I have to roll. What was that?
A noun and a verb. We're getting this from the contact my character has.
Okay, and it's in character creation or space
Uh,
encounters.
or oracles. I don't remember where it is, but nouns, verbs. It should be towards the very top.
Okay, it's got ask the Oracle, and then it's like almost certain, likely, 50-50. Then it's got character creation, background assets, backstory prompts, starship history, starship quirks, sector trouble, inciting incident, and then it has core, and under that it has action, theme, descriptor, focus. And then it has space encounters under that, sector
Uh,
name.
I would have to see it. I'm sorry. I don't know. I
Uh,
know where it is if I can see it.
are you able to see the video that I'm posting or no?
No, give me a second. I'll figure something out.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna and what was it called that I was looking for? Nouns and stuff. Nouns and verbs. That sounds familiar.
I'm getting on roll 20 real quick. I'll be able to tell you.
All right. Let's see. First look. And that's I don't know what that is. Did Dexter get off the computer? Factions, derelicts.
I'm taking it from him for a minute so I can do this.
Okay. Miscellaneous. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about. Hmm. So Mac, apparently Carava's not going to be there, so you're going to be in charge. Are you looking forward to
Oh,
that?
what fun. Not really.
You don't like being in charge? You're the one who playing an XO, an executive officer, and
Uh,
twice in this
yeah,
game and in the other game.
yeah,
Yeah, you didn't think that one through, did you?
no.
It might be inciting incident. Oh no, it's. I don't think it is. Backstory prompts, maybe? No. Hmm. I should just click on all of them and look at them.
It's under core. Action, theme, descriptor, focus.
Okay, so which one am I going to?
Uh, roll action and theme first, and then if we can't figure out something, we'll add descriptor and focus.
All right. So preserve. So if I'm in my shuttle about to die, you can preserve my life. And then nature. Well, unless I mean, there's out in space. I don't think there's that much nature except for like people. So I can't really think of anything other than you're trying to save me from my shuttle.
Um, uh, uh,
We can roll descriptor and see what that says.
give me just a minute. I'm getting Dexter set up with his game again.
Okay. I'm gonna roll
Cool
it.
game. No Man's Sky.
Yep, he loves this game.
Sounds vaguely familiar.
I like it too. I just got burnt out on it. I spent like 200 hours on it, and yeah.
Yeah, I have spent like over 700 hours on games, and that I actually do like.
Wow, I that's just crazy to me. Then again, I probably spent a lot of hours on Star Trek Adventure. So, all right. So I rolled. Are you back or no?
Yeah.
Okay. So I rolled descriptor and focus just to see what it would give me, and it said guarded and message. Um, so here's what I'm thinking. My shuttle's just about to fall apart. Like I literally have like 30 minutes before oxygen runs out. The hull just it falls apart, and I send out a message, a distress call to nearest ship. I don't care who it is, because at this point I'm about to die anyway. Um, and your ship picks me up. Does your ship have an AI? I don't think it does. But
No, it doesn't. But what I meant by role the inciting incident is we can, if you want to role play me picking you up, that's fine. But just to get the action rolling, I'm gonna have something I'm already doing, and you can tag along for that.
okay, I mean that's fine. What do we have to roll for that?
What we just did,
Okay. So you're
the scripture.
you have to preserve nature then. How are you doing that? Or are you gonna come up with it whenever?
I'm transporting seeds that are eventually going to be planted on a terraforming project. I'm transferring them to the next transfer point at, I don't remember the name of the different colonies, but basically I'm just transporting it from one place to another, and I pick you up on the way.
Okay.
And okay, so you're sending out a distress call.
Um. Yeah. And by the way, I kind of forgot about my paths and companions. Did we decide what the companion was going to be? It says sidekick, but I don't know if I actually. Hey Mac, you want to be a sidekick? I don't remember if we came up with anything for that or not. I don't have a name here. Is there a way to come up with a sidekick through rolling or?
Yeah. Go to character creation name.
Oh, okay, that's
Uh,
easy. All right, let's see. Spaces, no character creation. Back.
you also, yeah, you also have to choose a specialty for your sidekick. Like, are they a hacker? Because they'll add you a benefit only when their specialty applies.
Okay. Well, I don't see name for character creation. I just see background assets, backstory prompts, starship history, starship quirks, and sector trouble and inciting incident.
There's a character name
Oh,
generator
I found it.
somewhere. I just
Yeah, it's for some reason they have it under characters way down the list instead of character creation. That's so weird. All right. Given name is gonna be Severinus. That's such a stupid name. Call sign the cleric. So I'm guessing this is a healer because the Ashen builders were both healers and spies. So I'm gonna be the spy side, and they can be the healer. Let's see, a family name Bond, Severivanus Bond. All right. So yeah, they're probably. Let's see. First look, initial disposition. I'm gonna roll for that. Wanting. I don't know what they would be wanting. Character role. Historian. Ugh. So they're called the cleric, but they're historian. Character goal, revealed character aspect. First look.
that makes sense from the purpose of a religion.
That is true.
I,
Yeah. All right. So going back to assets. Shit, I already forgot the name. I'm just gonna call Sever and Bond, aka the cleric, and the expertise is history.
which not sure how often that one's gonna apply, but
Hey, Honestly, I didn't even expect to get. Yeah, I completely forgot about having a companion. I was expecting to be alone on this shuttle dying, so I'm fine with it. All right, so they're energetic, and so that's good. Now I gotta figure. I guess I should just roll yes. Where's the oracle? I gotta roll if it's male or female. Also, oh yeah, we already said that they're everyone's human, right?
Yeah, there are no aliens. There is AI, so it's conceivable there are androids and things like that. But
Okay, so her name's. I'm just gonna call her. I'm just gonna. I'm not gonna use whatever that is because that's too much for me to say. Severa. I'm gonna call her Severa because I've rolled it and it's female. So Severa Bond, aka the cleric, a historian. All right. Um, all right. So you're gonna. So I guess do I have to roll to send out a distress call or do I just role play it?
we're just role playing it. Roles are reserved when there's a risk and a cost associated with failure.
Okay. In that
I,
case, let's
yeah,
see.
I don't think there's any risk or cost associated with sending out a distress signal.
Send out a distress signal and then the enemy arrives. Oh no. Um,
Well, that is conceivable. If you want to roll for it, you can. But that's
then that will kind of take the story in a way different direction than we want. All right, now I'll just role play it. All right, so yeah, my shuttle is I'm not even gonna make like a ship for it, like a character sheet for it, because it's so badly damaged. Like I'm in my EV suit, probably has like a bunch of graffiti on it and is probably not in the best condition, but basically like I'm sitting there tapping at my console. My friend Severa is there tapping at her console. Like we're sending out this call and we're pretty much panicking because our sensors are down, so we can't tell if there are any spaceships out there. But we're definitely trying to get anyone's attention, and we're probably too far away from the two planets in the sector that you're next to get any help from them. So yeah, you get our distress call, I guess.
did you send a name of a vehicle or your name or anything?
um, I think it would just be like Shuttle Pod 76 or something like that, and then um, I'll, I'll put in English because my I changed my character's changed his last name to English and to escape the religion. So he'll just put in name English, and then two occupants two.
Damaged shuttle pod. This is the indie ship Enchantress. I received your distress call, and I'm heading for intercept.
Enchantress, this is English. Thank you very much. Our sensors are down. Communications is barely functioning. Do you have an ETA before you arrive?
Yeah, luckily you caught me on FDL cooldown. And I happened to drop close to you. ETA 15 minutes.
Thank you so much, Enchantress. We're gonna shut everything down to reserve oxygen and await your arrival.
Copy that. Smoke 'em if you got 'em.
Thank you. English out, and then hits the button, turns it off, deactivates everything, puts all the power to like heat and air. But basically, this shuttle is falling apart, so that won't even matter soon. But yeah, we're just gonna wait and huddled in a corner probably with our EV suits on.
Okay, now I do want to roll for docking your pod because this is risky.
Well, you can't just beam
I
us up.
nope. I have to open the front cargo doors and scoop you up basically, so I have to roll for that.
All right.
That I would say that's gonna be edge. So you'll have to roll for against my edge.
All right. So I'm rolling that, or you're rolling that?
I'm rolling that, but you have to do it for me because I can't access
Okay,
Roll20.
gotcha. All right, Edge summary. I'm guessing. Yep. All right. So then, what do I click on to roll?
I, I don't know. I'd have to look at it.
It's got Edge and everything, with the two in it, but I don't know what to click on to actually roll. Apply maybe? I don't know.
I don't know. The only way I know to use the Roll20 is by having it in my hand. So give me a minute.
Okay, I think I figured it out. I clicked on apply, and then it basically turned those numbers into buttons, so I can actually click on them. So I'm going to do that. It says modifier. Do we have a modifier?
The stat is the modifier.
Okay, so I'll put in 2 and then roll it, and it comes up with action score 9, challenge dice a 1, and an 8. Strong hit. So I guess that's a
Strong
success.
hit. Yep, that means it's a success without any problems.
All right, then our shuttle falls apart inside your cargo bay, and we kind of clamber out, struggling, crawling to get out because we want some actual air. And we still got our EV suits on, but they're not in the best condition either. And yeah, we basically, as soon as like we get outside the shuttle pod, we just collapse and start trying to remove it. We're not sure if there's even air in your ship, but we don't care because our EV suits aren't in the best condition, and we just want the chance of getting real air. So we're gonna take off our helmets unless you stop us, or I am anyway. I don't know about Severa.
Well, I gave you the basic description. She's wearing a cloak. Basically, looks like a Jedi. Then when you collapse down, she lets you take your helmet off. It looks like she's on guard, which makes sense. She doesn't know you.
Yeah. Um, I look up and I look over to Severa, and she's kind of like breathing heavily and not paying attention. So I look up from Severa to, what was her name? Daria?
Uriah.
Look up to her and say, "Oh, thank you. We we have escaped. That's the wrong word, but we were just trying to make our way to this sector to find the nearest habitable world, and thankfully, thank the gods that you saved us. Thank you so much."
I'm glad I could help, but this is putting me off my schedule. Is there any way you could compensate me?
Well, considering we are just out here trying to find a new home and explore, we could work for you for free for a while until you feel like like I said, we'll do anything because we were about to die and you saved us, so we owe you. And so whenever you feel like we have successfully completed our recompense for you, then we'll be on our way, or we can join your crew. It's completely up to you, but we do have our own mission in mind, but that doesn't have to be accomplished at this very moment. We don't actually think that we're going to find what we're looking for several months, maybe even several years. So we're here to do your bidding, essentially, Captain.
That is acceptable. For the time being, we're on a trial basis. Just to make sure the cargo is secure, and stand by for faster than light travel.
Very well, Captain. And he helps Severa up. And out of character, is there anything specific that needs to be done to prepare for light speed, or is it just like Star Trek, where it's like boom and then we're going?
It's nothing. We're going.
Okay.
Yeah, I will tell you how light speed travel works in this. So it's kind of like a mixture between or warp, and what Star Wars does with warp, which has it affected by gravitational eddies and stars. Well, this one, you're sort of riding those gravitational eddies like currents, and that's what's carrying the faster than light drive. And it can operate for several hours continuously, and then it needs several hours cooldown time.
Okay. All right. So yeah, we'll go and well, after he helps Severa up, he'll turn to the captain and says, "Where do you want us? Do you want us to go to the bridge with you, or do you want us to go to some separate quarters?"
We'll set up quarters later. For now, just to get to the bridge. We're not too far away from my destination.
Understood. And he'll. Sorry, you said go to the bridge. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so he'll head to the bridge. Sorry, I was trying to find another picture for the ship. But yeah, so he'll head to the bridge. Um, and I'm just gonna look at the picture that I put for the ship. I put the map on. Why is this being weird?
The main part of the bridge has a pilot and co-pilot seat, and then there's several support seats behind them.
Okay. He'll just sit in one of the support seats next to Severa unless you tell him to take a co-pilot seat. Because he's not a pilot. Not like.
He does not. He kind of figured neither one of you are pilots based on the condition of your shuttle.
Yeah, no, he can drive he can fly a ship the same way idiots on the highway can drive a car, barely passably.
Enough to get there alive, probably.
Yep. So, are you headed to one of these two planets that are already there, or are you heading to a third one that we have to make?
One of the ones that's already there.
Okay. Do you know which one off the top of your head? Last Stope, or Bulwark?
Um, um, I, whichever one it makes more sense to be heading a terraforming project. I don't remember what their projects are.
Let's see. Projects: mining, converting menders into faith, and then the other one
Oh,
is.
they're trying to convert menders in their city to their faith.
Okay.
You know, menders are healers.
Oh, okay. And then the other one says spirituality and war. So I'm guessing the mining colony.
Yeah, I would say the mining colony.
Yeah, because it's got.
They're
Go ahead.
they're probably trying to set up another colony for food production since they probably don't have a lot of food.
Okay. Yeah, because they have tens of thousands, and the other planet only has hundreds, so it makes sense to go to that one. All right. So yeah, and how long does it take? I think I remember you saying that it's basically just however long the plot needs, right? Is that what you said?
Yeah, they keep everything purposely vague. I made my own timetable, but we don't have to use it.
Now I'm fine with your timetable. How long do you think? I just set
But
your ship like two hexes, two squares away from the planet. So I don't know what that is in your universe.
two hexes away in my system, that would be 4 jumps. It would take 4 jumps, and jumps last 3 hours and take 6 hour cooldown. So I would have to set you guys up with quarters.
Okay. Then I guess they'll wait in the cockpit or the bridge until you're done getting the ship going, and then they'll just wait for you to set them up with quarters.
And I'm gonna say that if you look at the pictures of the interior of the ship, there are 5 cargo sections. I'll say one of those cargo sections is converted into crew quarters.
Okay. I need to pull up that picture because
It could probably fit a good four small cruise quarters in it.
okay. So where is on this picture? Where is the actual place where people sleep, if there is any, or is set up that way?
You know the main or where people sleep in that ship is the main dining area. You'll see some bunk beds, and there's also a captain's a captain's quarters.
Is it in the cockpit area or the main area, the main ship area?
The cockpit area is just the cockpit pretty much because in the ship's lore it can't do this in the game, but in the ship's lore that cockpit can detach and fly like a shuttle.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I don't see where the mess hall or anything is on this. But
I don't actually have that ship in the game, so I couldn't tell you.
okay, well we can just say the first cargo module is like you said, crew and all that good stuff, quarters, all that stuff. So,
Yeah.
all right. So I think your character would notice that, how energetic Severa is. Like she's not talking a whole hell of a lot. She thanks you for your for helping, but she's not talking. She's just very bouncy. Very happy to be there. Very definitely, I would say probably very loyal to Ivan, following him wherever he goes, up until the point where they have separate quarters. But yeah.
Well, if that person is acting bubbly while in the cockpit, she would go. Are you always like that?
Well, yeah, I think you would notice that she's very um, what's the word I'm looking for?
Energetic.
Yeah, well, yeah, but I'm trying to think of like, when you get into a fast car and you know it's gonna go fast, you're kind of excited, and that's kind of how she
But
is. She's really
okay.
excited that she's finally in a big ship that, yeah, finally, after all this time of being stuck in the shuttle, that can go to light speed, and so she's basically like, her white, her knuckles are white as she's clenching the side of the seat, and she's just kind of like wide eyes staring out whatever windows nearby.
Which one? The front cockpit window. Which you, unless you're in the pilot or co-pilot seat, you can't see much.
Okay, well then she'll be kind of strapped in, but she'll be kind of trying to look over everyone's shoulder, trying to see, or look over your shoulder, trying to see.
She could go to the to one of the turrets. They have a good view.
Are you able to? So when you first go into light speed, you don't have to be strapped down or anything.
The game doesn't specify that, so that's up to us. Do we want there to be an inertia when traveling in that where you have to be strapped down, or do we want to be able to move while it's in light speed?
Well, since you said it's going to take several hours to get there, I definitely don't think that we should be strapped down for several hours. But I do think, just because Star Trek is not exactly realistic as far as like inertial dampeners are concerned, I like the idea of like when you first go into warps or when you first go into light speed, you have to be strapped in. But then after like a minute or so, you can get up.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
It also,
That simulates realism
yeah.
without going overboard.
Yeah, it also kind of reminds me of how airplanes work. They always want you to put your seatbelt on. Then once it's in the air, you can move around. I think that's probably the best way to go.
I agree.
Okay, so yeah, she's after we get to light speed. She gets up and she's very energetic and bouncy and thank again once again probably for like the third time thanks you for helping and after you take us to the quarters, she'll go to her quarters and I'll go to mine and then Yeah. And how long did you say it was gonna take? Like 6 hours?
Every jump lasts for about 3 hours. So we have four jumps, so that's 3, 6, 9, 12 hours.
Oh, okay.
Just on that alone, and in between each jump, the FTL drive has to cool for 6 hours. So it works out to two jumps a day, pretty much, maybe three.
So let's see. Oh God, math is not my strong suit. um, I mean that sounds like several days then, I guess. Um,
Yeah, several days.
okay. So would your character be always in the cockpit, or you just set the course and then get up and go about your other business?
The way it describes it is you have to actively guide the ship. So yeah, the whole time it's in transit, I have to be at the wheel, and then when it's not, my character catches a few hours sleep, eats whatnot.
Okay. So I would say probably the first round. By the way, do we have to roll for the jumps?
I'm saying it's a predestined route. You know, a route I've already traveled,
Oh, okay.
and you caught me en route, so I already made the roll at the start.
Gotcha. Okay. So I'm gonna say then that while you're, for the first jump or two, while you're going about, flying the ship or guiding the ship, my character stays in his quarters, just kind of reads or does something random. But then after like several hours, he'll probably get up and walk around the ship, and as long as your character doesn't stop him, him and Severa will probably walk around together to kind of just get a lay of the land, figure out where things are, how things work, and everything like that. Um, and I'm guessing at some point during one of these rest periods for the ship, your character would probably catch them doing that. Does Daria care particularly much, or does she is she fine with it?
When she sees you guys looking around, she'll go just clean up after yourself. And I generally spend a lot of time in the main mess hall. If you guys came, she'd, be there.
Okay, yeah, because more than likely they'll have to get food eventually, so they'll go in there. And so, how does the food work in this game? Is there rations, or is it basically like a replicator where you can just order whatever you want?
Well, that's something we can decide on the fly. Do you want there to be ready a supply of food, or do you want it to be like Babylon 5, where food's hard to come by?
Um,
Good food.
Yeah, I think it's a good middle ground would be like, because the size of your ship is pretty decent, you probably have at least one of your cargo bays probably full stockpiled of food. We probably don't have like a replicator or something that we can just ask for food, but you probably have the kitchen or the mess hall that you're in. It's probably all the shelves are probably stocked, and then once they get low, you probably go back to the cargo bay and grab it and put more up. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I like that. That makes sense.
Okay, so they're gonna probably look around for food in the mess hall at some point while you're there. Um, would your character stock um, like kind of like O'Brien does in DS9, where it's like just nutrition bars, just MREs, and nothing good, or would your character just stock stuff that your character likes?
Um, uh, my character's a minimalist, so it would probably just be like proton bars and stuff like that.
Okay.
However, she wouldn't have qualms with buying nicer food if you want it.
Well, I think at the moment they're just happy to have any food. um, yeah, so they probably go into the mess halls, um, and my character's companion, Severa, kind of smiles and waves. My character, Ivan, probably just walks, acknowledges you with like a nod or something, but then goes to like the nearest food store, cabinet or refrigerator and just opens it and starts looking. And after seeing like protein bars, he just grabs a couple and then walks and sits down with Severa. Kind of, I don't think they would bother you. Like if you were sitting at a table, they would probably sit at a table next to you, but not at the same table because they don't know you. They don't know how you are as far as like if you like to eat alone or anything. But they probably would sit close enough to be able to ask questions and stuff.
There's only one table, so they
Okay.
would be sitting with me.
Okay. Then as soon as they sit down, I think Ivan would say, "So, how did you're a cargo hauler?"
I'm on a mission, but currently that mission has taken me to cargo hauling, yes.
I see. I see. And how do you like your job?
It isn't a job, it is a calling.
I see. Um,
I am destined to open the precursor vaults and end the terror of the revenants.
he kind of looks at you like, "What is that?"
You have heard of the persecutor vaults spread throughout the forge, made by those that came before us.
Ah, okay. And this is me just looking up truths to see if I know what you're talking about. Precursor vaults,
Yeah,
biochemical life forms called remnants survive the death of their creators. Is there anything else, or is that it?
that's it.
Okay, so basically, the people that came before us left vaults. They were biomechanical life forms called remnants survived the deaths of their creator. Okay, so so there's vaults, and in the vaults, they're biomechanical life forms, or are the biomechanical life forms the vaults themselves?
They're in the vaults. The vaults are very widely. Some look pretty mundane, while others phase in and out of reality.
Oh wow. So yeah, my character would probably have heard of him. And he just kind of nods and says, "Oh wow, we're just trying to survive. My my organization, the Ashen Builders. Um, they, I should say, wanted me to scout for them, but we decided we weren't gonna do it anymore. We took her shuttle." He kind of gestures to the Severa with a thumb as he like takes a bite from his protein bar. "We took her shuttle, but as you could tell, um, it wasn't in very good condition. But we had to get away. They're from the next sector over in the Badlands, and um, but we headed this direction hoping to find something, and I'm glad we did find something, or we would have been dead. Um, but and you could probably tell there are things about him that he doesn't want to say. Um, but yeah, he's kind of quiet after that.
It sounds like your faith wavered, and you did not think the cause was just.
He kind of thinks about it for a moment, and he says, um, "I think I was just tired of doing their bidding and not really getting anything for it. There's some organizations out there that they think because you're a part of it, they can just give you orders and then expect you to do them, even if they're not giving you anything in return. And I just was not. Um, I just it just I just wasn't ready to continue doing that. I just was not going to keep doing that for someone who clearly, a group of individuals that did not respect us. And there are things that we want to do for our lives. And I'm almost 30 years old, and I've basically worked for the syndicate for as a really long time. But yeah, we just wanted to go out and do what we want to do, and they didn't like that, so we just left.
As you're talking, she's rubbing her fingers together, pointing towards a coffee pot that looks like it has tea in it, and the coffee pot's starting to bubble, even though it's on the counter, not on a burner.
He looks over to the coffee pot and then looks back to her, kind of confused at first. I don't think he immediately realizes what's going on.
I
Um,
have received the sacred gift, she says as she's doing that.
he kind of nods as if he finally understands and smiles slightly. He says, "I see you are able to heat liquid." He kind of tries to guess.
I can manipulate the energy within atoms to produce heat.
Wow, that's interesting. He kind of nods with a almost impressed smile. You think, but and he does seem kind of cautiously optimistic. He kind of looks back and forth between you and the pot, and then kind of turns to Severa and says, um, "Well, we should make our, they're only about halfway through their protein bars, but he says, I think we should make our way back to our quarters. We won't keep you any longer. I'm sure you want to get back to the jump as soon as possible. So we'll be on our way." And he kind of gets up and ushers Severa out towards the door back towards their quarters. Or yeah, their quarters, I guess. They both have individual ones.
Okay, we can skip the rest of the jumps and make it straight to the settlement. The settlement's large, and for being in the forge, it looks very modern, well kept, very high tech.
Okay. Let's see. It's the Bulwark, so it's the one with tens of thousands. It's got high-tech construction, the mining, of course. Authority is tolerant. It's funny. It's got authority tolerant, but they're trying to convert menders to their faith, and then the trouble.
But what that means is it's the D&D equivalent of how corrupt is the government. Tolerant
Oh, okay.
means that they're strict but fair.
So it has a tolerable amount of corruption.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, because it says trouble. Some menders are resisting the change, so I'm guessing they're kind of they're probably more authoritarian than you know, like they rule with an iron rod, not with a
Well,
velvet glove.
well, you see, the thing here is that's with religion. We're talking exclusively the governance of the city. You know, their project of the religious people is to try to convert the menders, but that doesn't necessarily have anything to do with the government. If you get what I mean.
Gotcha. Um, okay, so I guess after we arrive to Bulwark, um, Ivan's gonna get up with go get Severa and did I ever have a call sign for him? I don't know if I did. Oh yeah, I called him Mr. Blue. Um, but they're gonna go to find you wherever your character is, and basically, whatever you need them to do, they're there to help.
I have you helping me unload the cargo. That's what I have you doing right now, and then after that, I'll tell you guys to come with me to meet my contact I was doing the job for.
All right. They go to the cargo bay and start unloading. How much is it? Like several crates, or is it like a couple small boxes?
I would say it's probably about half of one of those cargo sections of the ship. So
That's a lot.
there's a lot
Yeah.
there.
All right. So do you, he asks he'll after, you know, moving everything to the back of the cargo bay ready to unload. He'll come to you. Do you have like a forklift or something, or maybe an anti-grav
I
sled?
do not. I do not, but I could rent one if they have one available.
Speaking of which, how does this game handle money and currency?
Yeah, you do a thing when you're in towns. You can do a thing. I forgot what it's called. It's like called sovereign or something, and it's basically a rest. You have to roll against your heart, and if you succeed, you can do two things on a list, which includes your supply. And supply is it counts as money. It counts as pretty much everything. Supplies, money.
Okay. So I guess
You
he'll.
start with you
So
start with a supply of five.
okay. Let me go and put that in there then. Is there? Oh, there it is. Supply plus 5. Okay. So then he'll just ask you straight up. Um, so once we land on this planet, or have you already landed on the planet, or are you
Uh,
staying in
we're
orbit?
we're we're in the process of landing. I would say.
Okay. Yeah, they're gonna get everything ready to be moved, but he's gonna ask you, are we going directly to the person that you're offloading this stuff to, or do we have to transport it across like a city or something?
Um, um, uh, I should be meeting our contact as soon as we get everything unloaded, and then if you want to spend some time on the town, that's fine with me.
Okay. Then in that case, he'll just wait in the cargo bay with Severa and wait for you to land, and then they'll start unloading it. Do they have to roll to unload it?
No, there's no risk involved.
Breaks his foot on a forklift. Ah! All right. Do you have to roll to land, or is that automatic?
That's automatic too.
Okay. There's a lot of automatic stuff in this game.
Rolling is to push the story forward
Gotcha.
mainly.
Makes sense. All right. So, yeah, after you land, they'll open the cargo bay doors and just start hauling crates out to be inspected by whoever's picking it up. Do you have to roll to figure out who that is, who your contact is?
No, I already have a contact listed on my character sheet. And
Okay.
that's the reason I wanted you guys to meet him so you can count him as your starting contact.
Oh, okay. Where is it on your character sheet?
Should
Somewhere.
be under contacts.
Contacts, contacts, contacts.
Not sure where to find it exactly.
Assets, no. Summary. Legacies, connections, maybe. Is it Kyler Stallard? Location. No, because he's on last though.
Well, change it to the city we're in.
Okay. All right. So he's an explorer, shifty, ill-equipped. His wife died in his peruse of crafting a vault tech team. Okay. A tech item. Sorry. And this is the guy we're meeting. I'm gonna put him.
Yep, that's the guy we're meeting.
Okay, I'm gonna put him in my contacts or connections. Add another one. Kyler Stallard, Explorer. Details. Location. Bulwark. Shifty. Ill equipped. His wife died in his pursuit of crafting a vault tech item. All right. All right. So yeah, we'll be standing with you when he arrives.
All right. For dramatic effect, say we just unloaded the last of the cargo and closed up the cargo bay door, and then opened one and stepped down off of it just as he was getting there.
Okay.
He goes, "Excellent. These specimens are exactly what I needed." And she would, do a slight head nod to him and say, "Hi, these are stragglers I picked up. I guess they're my crew now."
He will nod to the man, to Kyler. Ivan will nod to him and just say, "Pleased to meet you, sir." And Severa will just stand in the background, kind of, uh, not say anything. Just maybe throw a nod his way, but not say anything.
Don't mind her. All right, now, just do you want to get another quest from this person?
Do you?
Yeah, might as well.
Okay.
That way we can do a quest, probably do exploration, and build up this contact.
Okay. Um,
Okay, now we're gonna need to roll the action theme under core.
core
You
action.
know,
All right. How many? Just one?
yeah.
All right. Deflect. And theme you said too?
Yeah, just something to create a phrase.
Okay. Fame. Deflect fame.
Deflect fame. How can I turn that into a quest? Um, how about per they this guy's an explorer and he found a persecutor vault, but recent activity in the area is drawing attention to it. He wants us to investigate, and I don't know. That doesn't really make sense.
What
Um,
if? Let's see. Um,
to deflect fame. I was trying to use something about my character's history and backstory to come up with something, but I don't know how to work that in.
the thing that comes to mind for me is like somebody he wants to sully somebody's reputation. Like maybe someone else is going after his vault that he's interested in, and we have to basically kind of like frame somebody to make it so like maybe whoever the authorities is, detains them, and then he can go after the vault.
Okay, yeah, I like that. Maybe he's trying to sell the location of the vault to somebody, and this other person, knowing where it is, threatens him. So he wants us to frame him so no one would believe it's genuine.
Okay. Now the interesting thing is going to be if we, because I mean, my character probably has no problem framing a bad guy, but if he's like just an innocent guy, he might. So it'll be interesting when we find out who this guy actually is that we're framing.
Keep in mind that we don't have to say yes.
Yeah, but I think it'd be interesting. Just to, like I said, to see where it goes, see what kind of.
Yeah, I want to say yes. So now we're creating this as a vow.
Okay. Let me vow add and what should we call it? Frame um, rival
Uh,
explorer or rival vault
yeah,
hunter.
frame rifle explorer. Now, how difficult do we think it's gonna be to frame this guy? Do we think it's gonna be extremely easy?
I guess it depends on the circumstances. Like if this rival explorer is trying to find this vault, he's probably got the same kind of connections and resources that Mr. Kylar has. So I imagine it's not going to be super easy, right?
All right, so we'll make it a not the first difficulty, but the second one. The first one I don't remember. I think it's trivial.
Troublesome, and the second one is dangerous. So yeah, I think dangerous is a good one.
Okay, dangerous. Dangerous is gonna take us a total of 5 ticks on that track to complete it.
Okay. Um, so now we need a name because we have to know who the hell we're, like he. I'm assuming that Kylar gives us a name. Like he wouldn't just say go frame this guy and then not tell us who it is.
Oh, you would give us a name and where to find him. Uh, the name will just roll randomly. Where to find him? I guess. Well, first of all, I don't remember how to do this, but we're supposed to roll. I think we just roll versus heart to start the vow.
Um,
One of us is rolling, and we're all gonna share the same vow.
oh, okay. All right. So his name is Alex Silvius, and what did you say about location? We have to roll for that too.
First, I want to determine if we succeed at creating the vow, whether we
Oh,
get a strong hit or not.
and how do
Because
we?
a strong hit means we have some sort of a lead.
Okay. So what do I roll for that? Let's see. Edge, heart, iron, shadow, or wits.
Uh, you roll against heart.
Okay. It is a strong hit with a match. I don't know what a match means. Oh, they're two fives.
A match is a critical success. So that means not only did we succeed, but we really succeeded. So in that case, I would say he's just in the other city we've already that I already have on the map.
Okay. So we already know basically where he is in the city that we're currently in. Um,
No, the other city on the map, not the one we're currently in, but the other one.
do you have a map with another city?
Yeah, there should be at least 2 cities.
Hold on, let me look. Tens of thousands. First look high tech. Mining.
Under all the character sheets and stuff, go to the section that says sector.
Burning Shoal sector?
Correct.
Yeah, I'm there.
All right, there should be 2 cities listed at least.
Oh, I thought those were planets.
Planets, cities, same thing. They're points of interest.
Okay, so he's at Lastope. Okay. Toxic habitat, rustic buildings.
But both of the settlements are also orbital. They're not on the planet, they're orbiting it.
Okay. Alright, so we just have to go to the next planet over, basically.
Don't even have to touch down on the planet.
Alright.
And he also gave us gave us material to plant on the guy. It's inaccurate star maps, just stuff to make them look unlegit.
Gotcha. Okay. Alright, so I guess, what, do we get back on the ship and head out?
Yep. And now we're gonna roll a roll to see if I make it all the way there without a problem, or if something goes bad along the way.
Okay, what do I roll?
Either wisdom or edge.
Alright, let's see. Summary. Yeah, they're both the same anyway. You got a weak hit.
That means I succeeded, but it cost us something. I would say it just cost one supply.
Okay. And the supply that's in your character sheet or on the ship or somewhere else?
I don't remember exactly how supply works, so for the time being, my character sheet.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's only on the character sheets. I didn't see it on the ship.
I don't remember if we share one supply pool or if each character has their own. I've never played this with other people before, so
Gotcha. Alright. So we get there. Now, I have to get ready for my next game in 30 minutes, so we can pause here and basically continue whenever we're, both free again if you want.
I would ask you what you think, but we really